Welcome to Mill Green Museum and Mill. We're a working 18th century watermill with the museum galleries in our old miller's house next door. Today I'm going to show you around the mill itself. There's actually been a mill on this site for over 1,000 years, with the earliest records dating back to the Domesday Book of 1086. The mill you see here now was built in the 1760s and carried on running strong until 1911, when it finally stopped running for commercial milling. After then, the mill was left derelict for a number of years, until 1979 when restoration work started. The way the watermill works has basically been the same throughout its history. We've got a wooden water wheel on the other side of this wall here, and that turns the gears that you can see behind me. Those will turn the stone that's upstairs, which grinds the grain and sends the flour down into my sack here. Here we have a pair of old millstones, just like the ones we use in the mill right now. We've got two stones. We've got the bed stone over here and the runner stone. The runner stone is the one that sits on top of the bed stone, and that's the one that's turned by the mill itself. Right now you're looking at the inside faces of each stone, and with these patterns of grooves they would cut across each other, and that helps to move the flour along towards the edge of the stone as it's turning, and then it is then picked up and sent down into my bag downstairs. Here you can see we've got a rotary quern, which you can find examples of dating back to about 500 BC. It's essentially the same piece of technology as the mill itself. It's just a small version that you turn by hand. The way it works, you take your grain, we've got some wheat here, that would go in the top, in the eye of the stone, and then you would turn that top stone, which would be the runner stone. And then as you can see, the flour comes out of the gap between the two stones there. So as I said, the mill does exactly the same sort of thing, just a lot bigger and a lot faster. Right here you can see our water wheel, which powers the whole mill. We can adjust the speed of the wheel or turn it off entirely by shutting a sluice gate in the water just down here, and that will block the flow of water from these paddles. The water wheel itself works by big wide wooden paddles, as you can see, and they catch the weight of the water as we're on a slight step in the river here. The water drops about 3 feet and we get about 1 ton of water per second, maybe even more, to turn that big water wheel around. The wheel is made of oak with either elm or oak paddles, and it's a constant process to keep it maintained. As you can imagine, the wood is constantly wet and we're always replacing paddles in other parts. We hope you enjoyed this quick glimpse of the mill today. It'll be wonderful to see you down here at Mill Green Museum and Mill, and when you do come, we hope you try some of our delicious stone ground flour.